Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss some exercises of the excretory system. Just see, select the most correct answer from the choices given for each question. The structural and functional unit of kidney in human beings is called renal medulla, nephridia, nephron, urinary bladder. The correct option is nephron. The function of glomerulus in kidney is blood filtration, reabsorption of water, reabsorption of salts, all the above. The function of glomerulus is blood filtration. What will happen if one kidney of a person is removed? The person will survive and remain normal. This is the correct option. Now see, uriniferous tubules are mainly concerned with reabsorption of useful substances from glomerulate filtrate, right? Which blood vessel takes blood away from the kidney? It is afferent arteriole. Glomerulus and Bowman's capsule constitute Malpighian body. Maximum amount of water from the glomerulate filtrate is absorbed in descending limb of loop of Henle. In kidney tubules, sodium reabsorption occurs under the influence of antidiuretic hormone. Excretion commonly involves removal of nitrogenous waste. Name the following: the vein in which concentration of urea is maximum. It is the renal vein. The no, this you leave it, I'll tell you later. The organ which produces urea is liver. Outer part of the kidney containing the Bowman's capsule is cortex. The duct which transport urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder is ureter. The organ of man concerned with maintaining water balance in the body is kidney. The duct which carries urine from the urinary bladder to outside the body is urethra. Mention renal vein contains more carbon dioxide and less urea. Glomerulus, Bowman's capsule. Renal artery that contains more urea. An antidiuretic hormone, it regulates amount of urine formed. Now define the terms. You see it over here. Micturition, the act of evacuating the urine from the urinary bladder at suitable intervals, that is called micturition. Ultrafiltration, filtration under high pressure in glomerulus is called ultrafiltration. Osmoregulation, the process of maintaining the right amount of water and proper ionic balance in the body is called osmoregulation. Renal pelvis, enlarged upper end of ureter, the tube through which urine flows from the kidney to the urinary bladder. Loop of Henle, it is U-shaped loop formed in the middle of the nephric tubule by a thin descending limb and a thick ascending limb. Tubular secretion, the cells of the renal tubular remove waste from the blood and passes into the filtrate by the process of secretion. Tubular secretion, that it removes the ammonia, urea, uric acid, creatinine and the hippuric acid. Right. Now just here see, differentiate ascending loop of Henle and descending loop of Henle. See, this is ascending loop is lined with the cuboidal epithelial cell, where the descending loop is lined with the flattened epithelial cell. In the ascending loop, only minerals sodium, potassium, chlorine are reabsorbed, whereas in descending limb, 5% water is reabsorbed. It is impermeable to water, it is permeable. Right? Bowman's capsule and Malpighian. It is a part of the Malpighian capsule, and Malpighian, it has two parts, Bowman's capsule and tunnel. It is double-walled cup-shaped structure which is present below. That is the Bowman's capsule, and their glomerulus and Bowman's capsule together form the Malpighian body or Malpighian capsule. Renal cortex and renal medulla. It is the outer part of the kidney, it is the inner part of the kidney. Cortex region, the urine is made and it is subdivided into 15 or 16 conical masses of the renal pyramid. The urine flows into the cavity called renal bladder. Bowman's capsule are present in the renal cortex, right? Now here the few questions. What is the principal nitrogenous waste in mammal? The principal nitrogenous waste in mammals are urea, uric acid, and creatinine. In which part of the nephron filtrate becomes hypertonic to the blood? Henle's law. Filtrate becomes hypertonic to plasma. Which part of nephron is impermeable to water? Ascending limb of nephron is impermeable to it. In which part of the nephron is urine concentrated? In collecting duct of the nephron, the urine is concentrated. Now here, given the items, write the terms correct order so as to logical sequence. Afferent arteriole, then capillary of network, glomerulus, afferent arteriole, then renal vein. Urethra, first artery, kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, then urethra. Glomerulus, ultrafiltration. Ureter, transport, loop of Henry, reabsorption, renal artery, kidney. Differentiate, I told you already. The blood vessels supplying blood to the kidney in the renal artery. The human kidney is made up of millions of nephrons. In an adult male, average capacity of urinary bladder varies from 150 to 300 ml. And the Malpighian capsule has two parts, the Bowman's capsule and the glomerulus. Now here you see the diagrams which are important over here. Okay, now check the questions over here. As you see, name the chief nitrogenous waste products in the human urine and the organ which produces it. Urea, liver produces it. Differentiate between ureter and urethra. Ureter is the duct which carries urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder, while urethra is the duct which carries urine from the urinary bladder to outside of the body. Name any two organic constituents of the normal human urine. It is urea, urochrome, or creatinine. Urochrome, creatinine is one and the same thing. Define dialysis machine. Dialysis machine is an instrument which removes urea from the blood of the body, and the blood is passed through it to remove urea by the phenomena of dialysis. Urocotelic animals which excrete uric acid, insects, reptiles, and birds, they are known as urocotelic animals. Malpighian body. It is a part of a nephron. It is a part of nephron consisting of glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. Tubular reabsorption. The nephrons have a tubular structure consisting of proximal and distal tubules, which reabsorb all useful products present in the glomerulus filtrate. Any three abnormal constituents of urine, it is glucose, excess of water, blood. They are all abnormalities constituents. In normal urine, they are not there. Name any four normal organic and inorganic constituents of the organic constituents. They are urea, urochrome, right? Urea, urochrome or creatinine. Inorganic, sodium and potassium. Distinguish between excretion and secretion. Common term, excretion is defined as the removal of unwanted materials produced during metabolism of the body. Secretion is a useful product produced by the body. Excretion and osmoregulation. Excretion is the removal of unwanted products of metabolism, while osmoregulation is the maintenance of the osmotic concentration of the body and removal of extra water or salts. Kidney, artificial kidney is the organ of excretory system of humans to remove urea, while artificial kidney is an instrument for the removal of urea using the principle of dialysis. Right, it's now in the use of artificial. See, artificial kidney is an instrument to remove urea from the blood of the body. If kidney of a person fail and do not remove urea, then the dialysis machine is used. The kidney fail to function properly in case of very high or very low blood pressure, stones in the kidney and cancer of the kidney. Give two main functions of the kidney and describe how these functions are performed. Two main, urea excretion and osmoregulation. Urea excretion is done by nephrons which absorb all the useful products from the ultrafiltrate of the glomeruli but do not absorb urea. Osmoregulation, the water content of the ultrafiltrate is mostly reabsorbed but extra water is allowed to be excreted along with the urine. जितना जरूरत है उतना ही रहेगा, एक्स्ट्रा वाटर जो है निकल जाए. And the amount of water in the urine is controlled by ADH, that is this diatropic hormone, and more ADH means more reabsorption, and less ADH means less reabsorption, and therefore excretion of more water. So two functions of the kidney confirmed by combination of three: filtration, reabsorption. Here they are the main steps of the user. Now here you see the diagram. This diagram is given over here. Kidney, A, it is kidney. Vas D, it is the vas deferens. That is this the reproductive system here. B, it is the ureter. A, it is the kidney, right? B, it is the ureter, that you already know. C is the urinary bladder. D, it is the vas deferens. E, it is testis. F, scrotal sac. Though it will be asked separately. And H is seminal vesicle. They are the parts of male reproductive parts, human reproductive system. And the G is urethra. Here it is mentioned because through it only both are passes simultaneously. Which part of the system produces urine is kidney. Give three main processes by which urine is produced: glomerulate, filtrate of the blood to form the glomerular filtrate; tubular reabsorption, useful products from the filtrate; tubular secretion. What is the main function of the part B, C, and D? See, B, it is urinary, to transport urine from kidney to the urinary bladder. C, to store urine after urination. C, store urine after urination. D, transport sperms from testis to outside. Two main functions of part E: testis to produce sperms, to produce hormones, testosterone and hormone. Name three components of the fluid found in the labeled B, that is your ureter, urea, extra water, and urochrome. Urochrome or creatinine, that is one and the same. Now see this one. Here first, A, it is glomerulus. It is glomerulus. B, Bowman's capsule. Bowman's. C, it is the capillaries. D, proximal convoluted tubule. And E, distal. It is P, distal convoluted tubule. F, ascending loop of Henle, limb of Henle, and G is collecting tubule, right? What is the main function of this structure? To form urine by removing urea and extra water from the ultrafiltrate, which comes over here after the glomerulus is filtered over here. To control reabsorption of water, name at least three components: urea, extra water, urochrome. Urochrome, creatinine, they are one and the same. Name the component which is present in part P. If a person suffers from diabetes, the part P, that is the glucose, right? It is the part P, that is the glucose. What could happen if the kidneys fail? Urea will not be removed from the body and extra water will not be removed. Both will accumulate in the blood. क्योंकि इससे blood और यूरिया निकलता है. अगर ये फेल होगी तो blood और यूरिया वो दोनों ही नहीं निकल रहे. Name the three steps in urine formation. Give the functions of the different parts of the nephron, the three steps in the uniform glomerulate, filtrate, reabsorption, secretion. And the functions of the, it helps in the functions of different parts, Malpighian body, it helps in the glomerulate, filtrate here. And proximal convoluted tubule, this one is the proximal convoluted tubule, this one, this is coiled portion. It to reabsorb useful materials like glucose, water and sodium. And distal convoluted tubule is this one here. This to reabsorb remaining useful materials, it is under the influence of antidiuretic hormone and controls the water content of the urine for osmoregulation. And collecting tubule is this one. This is the collecting tubule. Ye aapke. To transport urine being formed from the pelvis of the kidney. The nitrogenous waste produced in man, it is the urea. The organ which produces urea, liver. The pigments produced by the breakdown of hemoglobin in liver, it is urochrome, bilirubin and biliverdin. Basic unit of excretion of the kidney in man, nephrons. A mass of capillary which form a small bunch at each bone cell, it is the glomerulus. The process by which kidney regulate the water content of the body, osmoregulation. The product which is excreted by the liver, bile pigment. Bilirubin and biliverdin pigments are present in bile pigments. Lungs, they excrete carbon dioxide. The human kidney, which is slightly lower in position than the right kidney liver pushes it down. The organ in which urine is stored for before its elimination, it is the urinary bladder. Glomerulus to filter out the soluble parts of blood when the blood passes through under high pressure. Ureter to transport urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. Main constituents of the normal human urine: urea, urochrome, creatinine, uric acid, salts and extra water. Name the blood vessels which enter and leave the kidney. Renal artery enters the kidney, renal vein leaves the kidney, and renal artery carries the blood to the kidney, and renal veins carry blood away from the kidney. And the human kidney is made up of approximately 2 billion of the neurons, Bowman's capsule in one. Nephron is the excretory unit. The duct which transport urine from kidney to the urinary bladder, it is ureter. The body, name the organ in man concerned with maintaining water balance in the body, it is the kidney. Now here, just see, mark the most appropriate answer in the following. Explain the commonly removal of all byproducts during metabolism. Excretion involves all the above: removal of all byproduct during catabolism, removal of byproducts by during metabolism, removal of nitrogenous waste. All of the above will be there. The following diagram is the mammalian kidney. See, the one, it is Henle loop. This is Henle's loop. I labeled here. This one is Henle's loop. Henle loop. 2-1, it is proximal convoluted tubule. Number 3, it is the glomerulus. 4 is afferent arteriole. This one is the efferent arteriole. This is the Bowman's capsule. This is the renal venule to the renal vein. This is the collecting tubule. This is the distal convoluted tubule. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Collecting and distal convoluted tubule, collecting venule to renal, glomerulus, afferent, Bowman's capsule, and U-shaped Henle's. Now here, where does ultrafiltration takes place? It is takes place in glomerulus. Which structure contains the lowest concentration of urea? Bowman's capsule. Which structure contains the highest concentration of urea? Collecting tubule. Which structure contains the lowest concentration of glucose? It is collecting tubule. Which is the most water reabsorbed? It is in proximal convoluted tubule, this one. Yeah. Now given below simple diagram, the human kidney open longitudinally over here. Here you can see the pelvis A and B. It is renal artery. It carries blood to the kidney. Away, it is the renal vein. Right? Give the definition of excretion. Excretion is a process of elimination of unwanted or even toxic byproducts of metabolism from the body. The units of the kidney, nephrons, whether the cortex of the kidney shows a dotted appearance because of the presence of Malpighian bodies. This shows dotted appearance. Mention two functions of osmoregulation, removal and excretion of urea from the blood. Differentiate renal vein and renal artery. Renal artery, it contains less urea. Renal artery contains more urea. Renal vein contains less urea. Renal artery contains more oxygen. Renal vein contains less oxygen. Renal artery contains less carbon dioxide. Renal vein contains more carbon dioxide. Outer part of the kidney containing Bowman's capsule, it is the cortex. Name the two organic constituents, that urea and hippuric acid. Put in correct order: afferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole, this is afferent arteriole, then glomerulus, then efferent arteriole, then capillary network, and then the renal vein. Which transfer oxygen to the human body? RBCs. In RBCs, hemoglobin is present, that helps in transporting the blood to all parts there. What prevents blood from entering the trachea during? It is your epiglottis. Name the organ that helps to increase the volume of the chest cavity lengthwise. It is your diaphragm, muscular partition. The duct which carries urine from the urinary bladder to the outside the body, it is the urethra. Biological reason for that: it is necessary to maintain a normal osmotic concentration of the blood. Why? See, our body contains a osmotic concentration equivalent to 0.9 NaCl, right? And if the blood becomes too concentrated, means hypertonic, then what happens? It will draw water from the cells by exosmosis and the body will be dehydrated. And if the blood becomes dilute, how the cell would take up water by endosmosis and the tissues will become waterlogged and swollen. So normal particular concentration is essential. Neither it should be hypertonic or hypotonic. So particular concentration, equivalent concentration has to be maintained. The organ that produces urea, liver. I hope everything is clear. Most of the questions I have covered here. Any doubt anywhere, you can ask me in the comment section. Again, we will meet in the next video. Thank you.